Was I on mute the whole time that I was talking to everybody this last 2 minutes? No, okay. Welcome to this special broadcast of the Ultimate Speaker Competition in Philadelphia. I am the creator and producer and host of the Ultimate Speaker Competition, Christoff J Weihman. And I am so excited because we have so many amazing guests on the show with us today. And guess what? I'm somewhat good with StreamYard, but I just lost seeing everybody's, there we go. Now I can see everybody's beautiful faces. Welcome. It's Saturday. Today is actually 2 weeks away from our Ultimate Speaker Competition coming to Philadelphia, actually the Langhorne. So it's just a little ways outside of the city. And we have been doing this event since 2019. I have been involved in events for a number of years on my entrepreneurial journey. And I just saw an opportunity that I thought was maybe missing in the marketplace for speakers that are heart-centered leaders to come together and to have 2 days of what we call connection, competition, and collaboration. And while the brand name is Ultimate Speaker Competition, I will stress that the other two C's, the connection and the collaboration, they are equally as important and valuable for this event. So first of all, I am going to invite onto the stream the one person besides my wife, Michelle, the one person who has been with me from the beginning, who saw the vision, who understood where we were going or had an idea. We're going to hear from her herself. But Karen Eastman has been with us since 2019. And so I'm going to welcome to the stream Karen Eastman, our executive coordinator. She wears about 12 different hats for the event. Karen, welcome. So excited to have you here today.
Thanks, Christoff. I'm excited about this upcoming event. I've never been to Philadelphia.
Me
so
neither.
I'm excited about that too. So this is going to be an adventure upon an adventure.
Absolutely. Karen and I had been friends, acquaintance type friends, right? We really had not done business together or really, mostly showed up at different networking events, right? And had some friends in common. So we were in similar circles, but really didn't do much together. And I was speaking at an event called the Breathe Summit here in Las Vegas. And you were there. And I had just an idea about this event. And I would like for you to share in your words how that unfolded and how that conversation was.
So I've been a speaker for a little while.
Yes, please tell us about you too first. Sorry.
So I'm a small business consultant in Las Vegas. I was been in Nevada since I was about 6 years old. So I would consider myself a native because I'm right around 45 right now, give or take 15 years. Anyway, I was a speaker. Or I am a speaker. And when I met you, Christoff, no matter what room you're in, you're a standout. You radiate, you bring attention. And so the connection was, we just made a great connection right from the get-go. And so when you told me about this idea that you had on what you wanted to do, I said, let me know if you ever need help. I'll help you. And I didn't realize
that I would say yes immediately.
I didn't realize when I said I would help you at the first one that I would be part of the roots of the program, which is kind of an exciting thing. So what I've found, and I just want to share this with everybody, what I have found is it's more than just getting on stage and doing a speech. It's not like Toastmasters, although Toastmasters is amazing. It's an amazing platform. But this is an experience. And I know Christoff talks about that all the time, but it's kind of like listening to your parents when you hear it more than once. So coming from me, maybe it'll have a little more resonance. It's an experience that you will take with you forever. The collaborations, the meetings, the alliances that you'll make at this event are absolutely extraordinary. And they're life lasting. So I have found, having been at every single one, with the exception of the December one during COVID, I wasn't there, but I was involved and I did get to meet a couple people through that event. These are people that not only am I in contact with still on a regular basis, but they're in contact with each other, and they're making great things happen outside of the ultimate speaker competition for their own lives and collaboratively with each other. So I've seen things from shows, podcasts, book writings. It's just been incredible what I've seen happen with these people and the growth these people have. So this may be a jumping off point for somebody. I don't want to scare anybody, because this is a place where people can get started. This is a place where people who have been speaking can sharpen their axe. It's just an incredible atmosphere. There's a lot of things you're going to experience here that you might not expect, but all good.
Awesome. Yeah. And Karen is really, I guess, I don't even know what, there's so many words. You could say the bedrock, the backbone, there's just so many things that she brings to the event. And you used a word, and I think that the more that we communicate about it and the way that it has evolved, this is really a speaker experience. Yes, it's a competition. Yes, it's all these different things, but it's an experience. And, there are some times that some people will actually, they can't be there for the whole time, but we create it in such a way that even if somebody has to leave a little bit early, not that we want you to, or if somebody has a commitment that they have to, be at, I would say if you're listening to this broadcast and you're considering it, you really want to make every effort to make it happen for yourself, because, they say we don't know what we don't know. I'm telling you, you do not know what this will be for you. And we have seen from the morning of the first main day to even just that later afternoon, we see transformation from our speakers, from the first time they got up on stage for 1 minute to their afternoon activity. Like, wow, who is this person? Where do they've just changed because of the training, the coaching, the special education that we bring from our speakers, and sometimes as speakers, we do stumble over our words. It's so amazing. So Karen, I want you to stay for a while. I'm going to bring on one of the very first people that said, actually, he was the first or the second who raised his hand and said, yes, I'm going to Philly. And this is our good friend, David Chemetsky. David and I met at David Fagan's event in Philadelphia, in Phoenix, back in April. And we were actually filling up our last couple spots for April. And David said, man, this is so awesome, but I can't go, that soon. But when's the next one? I'm in. I said, well, it's in Philadelphia. And he's not far from Philadelphia. And so he jumped in. He's one of our VIPs in the Inspirer category. David, I want to welcome you. I want to say cheers and congratulations. And then I'd like you to take a few moments. Tell us about you, just very briefly. And then tell us, why are you doing this? Why are you inspired to be a part of this experience?
Well, you and I had known each other for a while, and then to actually meet you and talk to you, and even as Karen had mentioned about sharpening your axe as a speaker. So I've been a speaker. I've done a TEDx talk, though. You need to keep your metal sharp, and metal sharpens metal. So no matter every level, not only might you learn how to sharpen the metal that you are, but you also can sharpen it even more as you start growing and put yourself onto a bigger stage. And that's what it is. You have to keep working at it, getting your craft, but it's also about community, being with the right people. You and I spoke earlier today. It really is all about community and knowing it's not who you know, but it's knowing that you're in a safe zone. That's one of the things about the speaker zone that you were talking about. That second day when you start learning, it's all about being in that safe place. And if you could be in that safe place, that's the magic spot, or as I'll call it, the sweet spot.
The sweet spot. I love it. Tell us a little bit about without giving away too much, David, tell us a little bit about some of the message that you may be bringing to the stage.
Yeah, I have lots of messages, but I'm gonna look. Anybody who follows my podcast, Peace, Love, and Bring a Bat, know that you're gonna get something a little different. It's that balance. We do find the sweet spot, so there'll be lots of inspiration because that's the category I decided to be part of because I always want everybody to lift up and rise from their ashes.
Wow! And you say peace, love, and bring a bat. What's that all about?
Well, it's we all understand peace and love in our lives, but the bring a bat part, it really is about having those non-negotiables. What do we need in life? What's going to bring us peace and love, but in a real authentic way. And that's what it is. It's all being that heart-centered person, finding your most authentic self, and you bring a bat. It's moving the energy. So all those people who say that it's scary to be up on a stage, move the energy, and I'm sure that we'll have lots of people who'll be able to help you get on that stage and move that energy so it's not as scary as it sounds.
I like it. And you are where? Where are you based? Where are you located?
I'm located in New York, so obviously you hear the New York Northeast tang to my talk, but I'm about a half hour out of New York, but I grew up in Brooklyn.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna love Philly. Philly, they talk like that also. So we'll have some good times, and we will go for some cheesesteak.
So we're, us non-East Coasters are going to be the ones that are going to be sounding weird on the stage, right?
Oh, it's not weird. It's everybody sounds
different,
the way
I should say.
Sound, right?
Yes.
It's an amazing piece of you finding your voice, and I know that's one of the takeaways that's so important for this upcoming competition, right? It's called the competition, but it really is to find your voice and find how you're going to use your voice. And we all have a story to tell. I can't wait to hear the storytellers and see the experts, man. It's going to be a great show.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere, David. We have a mess. Marilyn says, I'm from Brooklyn, Dave. So I'm going to invite Marilyn to come on the stream. Marilyn Morales was introduced to me by Gordon via Austin. Am I right?
Via Austin?
Was it with Austin Haynes as well, or just Gordon?
Just Gordon.
Okay. So Gordon Burdecki is the reason. We'll talk about him in a moment. Gordon is actually in a different type of competition right now, this weekend. Otherwise, he would be with us. But Gordon is the reason, really the impetus behind why Philly. So many people say, why Philly? Why Philly? Well, because Gordon Burdecki is the second person that's been with us the longest. And I'll get to you in just a moment, Marilyn. So I was thinking, he invited me on, and now what's he doing? I didn't forget. Gordon Burdecki joined us in April of last year, 2021, here in Las Vegas for his first experience with the Ultimate Speaker Competition. And he was in the Inspire category. He was a VIP. It was about his maybe second or third time ever on stage. But he knew that becoming a more effective and impactful speaker was really a part of his journey. He is a fitness trainer. He is an author. He's a coach. And he knew that speaking was really a next step for him. After the April event, he said, man, I love this. And he immediately signed up for our next one in July in Orlando. And same thing, VIP, same category, made it to the semifinals. After that, he's become a core part of our team. He came back as a judge in October of last year when we went to Colorado. So basically, we've traveled all over the country together. Then came back to Vegas when he was a featured speaker and sponsor. So I'm sharing this for a couple of reasons. One, why we're going to Philly, but two, for you to realize that there's a bigger picture. There are many people that see what we're doing. They really resonate with our mission, which is empowering speakers to share their greatness. Yes, on our stage, but not only on our stage, beyond that as well. And there is many opportunities for each of you to come back in a different capacity. Maybe you want to be a judge. Maybe you want to be a sponsor. Maybe you want us to bring it to your locale. You say, hey, I'm from this area, Michigan. Michigan? No, we've never been to Michigan, but can you bring us speakers? Can you, help us fill a room? So this is why we are coming to Philadelphia, because of Gordon. In December, he said, hey, I know it's not on the schedule, but, I've been with you for a while. So it's about rewarding loyalty too. But he is the epitome of what Ultimate Speaker Competition is all about. The growth, the heart, the leadership, and so hopefully he's doing well at his bodybuilding competition this weekend. That's what's happening right now. And he is the one who introduced me to Marilyn. Like, I think we've known each other 4 days, right, Marilyn? Like, you just signed up. So Marilyn,
Absolutely, that's correct.
welcome. Tell us a little bit about you, and then why are you inspired to join? Like, why are you doing this?
Right. Listen, Gordon and I, thank you very much for having me. First of all, Gordon and I belong to an organization called the Connected Leaders Academy, and he is so enthusiastic about this event. And when he shared with all of us the possibilities that could come with us, those of us that are authors, that are writing books, that the next step naturally is to become a speaker, because we have to talk about our books. So I said, you know what, let me try this out. Let me hear what he has to say. I've never stepped on a stage. This will be my very first time. Yes. So I said, let me take a chance. We spoke. Then he connected me with Christoff, and I was like, you know what, this sounds like something where, just like you said, Karen, it's an experience, right? And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to learn. I'm looking to grow. Hey, if I win in one of the categories, that'd be fantastic. But if I don't, I'm still going to come away with meeting a lot of people, making those kind of connections, and learning and growing.
I will tell you that each person that you see speak, Marilyn, will be impactful. Every person, like Dave says, has a story. Bring your tissue, because I tell you what, everyone is so passionate about what they're talking about. So it is about you being competitive, about being in the competition and perhaps making it to the semifinals or finals. But don't ever discredit the fact that if you don't make it to the finals, listen all the way to the end, because you will learn so much from each speaker. I just really wanted to input that because it's really important. And a lot of people in earlier competitions that we've had, once they, if they don't make it to the semifinals, they pack up their stuff and they've left. And I got to tell you, there's some things that happen during this competition. He's laughing. I mean, the things that happen in here, besides the competition, the things that we do and the things that we implement in this experience are things that you don't want to miss. So so I'm excited to see you on stage. I'm excited to hear what your story is. Are you an inspirer?
I am.
You're an inspirer. I can't wait.
Marilyn, can you give us just a little bit of what your story is and what you might be sharing on stage?
So a little background about me is I'm a registered nurse. I was one of 100 public health nurses that were there the day that the Twin Towers were struck. So I have a firsthand account on what happened that day and the PTSD that I suffered from after that. In addition, what I call my personal 9/11, which is something that happened to me personally. And I don't want to share too much about that because it's going to be part of my talk that day. But definitely, some things don't happen just once to us, right? Things continue to happen. But what we have to share about that is, how do we come on to the other side of that? I'm an author of a book, and the name of the book is When the Answer is No, Finding Purpose Through Pain.
Wow.
So it talks about coming on the other side of when you think the answer is no.
Well, I want to congratulate you, Marilyn. I don't know if that came up in our conversation, that this is really your official first time on stage. And you're a great communicator, right? I mean, you're very eloquent. And I just congratulate you for believing in yourself and taking the leap. There's a lot of speakers out there. There's a lot of different mindsets. One mindset that is so common amongst speakers is, well, I get paid to speak. And I get paid to speak too. Karen gets gets paid to speak. David gets paid to speak. But sometimes we take ourselves out of opportunities by narrowing it down to, well, I just do events that I get paid to speak. Some of the top influencers that we can think of, name whomever is, influencer in your life. I'm not going to say who they are, whoever your personal is, they pay. I know one mentor of mine who paid $50,000. What? Hold on. How much? $50,000 to be in a room with X thousands of people, because he knew that his program was so effective, so impactful for small business owners, that he saw the value of putting money up front for what the end result would be. And I think for many of us, as especially new entrepreneurs, but even people who have been established for a while, we limit ourselves based on what we're willing to put forth. And so for every one of you that have already raised your hand, said, I'm in, some of you, I was talking to somebody earlier today. I said, it's probably not good business practice all the time, but when we'll do payment plans, right? Like we will do what we can to make it possible. If you will believe in yourself, this is not just to one person, this is to everybody. If you're watching, we are streaming right now on 3 platforms. We are streaming on YouTube, the Ultimate Speaker channel live on YouTube, my Facebook page that has about 5,000, not viewers right now, but potential. And then on our LinkedIn page, which I have 15,000 connections. So it's going out to a lot of people. So whether you're watching this on a replay or live with us, and you are considering, you've thought about it, you have a message, you have a story that can help other people. That, as we've all learned, we don't just go through stuff, we grow through stuff, right? And things don't just, this is a hard one to grasp, but once we understand this, things don't just happen to us. They happen what? Who wants to fill in the blank?
They happen for us.
They happen for us. And how is that possible? Think of whatever tragedy or drama or trauma or whatever that may have come about in one's life. How could we say it happened for us? This was terrible. In the grand scheme of things, to find the blessing. And also so that you then can bring that to someone else. There's somebody else that is faced with what you have been challenged with. And we're all different. And somebody's going to resonate with my story that's not going to resonate to your story. And some people are going to listen and connect with Marilyn, and they're like, Christoff's cool, but I just love Marilyn, right? And that's what's so amazing, or any of you. So super excited. We have more people to bring on here. I'm going to take a few of you away from the stream, but you are still welcome to please stay, because we might bring you back in. So I'm going to say goodbye to Marilyn for a moment. Are you okay with that? Yes. But still stay nearby, okay, Marilyn. And David, I'm going to remove you from the stream for a moment. And I'm going to bring on another gentleman that I just met. And I met him through Speakers Playhouse, talking about connections. Speakers Playhouse is a brilliant platform every Thursday from 10:30 to noon Pacific time. It's for speakers of all, just speakers who are looking for stages and people who have stages. So because I was on Speakers Playhouse, I got to meet the amazing Raja Vaidya. Raja and I met, we go way back. We go
all the way back to what, Thursday?
24 hours.
Friday? Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
I mean, long time.
So welcome. You are one who said yes. You're in. You're one of our 21 speakers. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why this clicks for you.
Well, when people ask me like why I want to be a speaker, I go back to my story and my signature talk about flip your fear to your superpower. It's a story of me overcoming my lifelong stutter and now inspiring other people to speak with confidence and with authority and to overcome that imposter syndrome. So if I can do it, and I had a fear of speaking, I mean, literally a fear of speaking 5 years ago, and I forced myself to join Toastmasters to start my journey. And now here I am, now looking to expand beyond that circle of influence and now starting to grow and to impact more mind shifts.
Wow. Wow. And say that again. Flip your what?
fear to your superpower.
Oh my gosh.
I
How
also
awesome.
I also call myself the corporate samurai. So I always tell people that one of the most impressive things I see as a martial arts teacher, I've been teaching for 37 years. I'm a 6th degree black belt, and is watching people go from a white belt mindset to a black belt mind shift. So my goal in life is to help people to create that black belt mind shift in their lives. And you can apply it to business, to your life, to your relationships. And if you can do that in one area, it can overlap and overflow into other areas and start to create positive connections. And Chris, I just want to say thank you again for inviting me on this. I can't wait to, I was hesitant to be on this because I have some other circumstances happening. Which I will not go into now. Maybe find out after the show, and then we can talk about it. But
well, here I want to speak to that without giving out too many details.
Sure.
Here's the thing. Again, there's different. You just talked about mindset shift.
Yes.
We can find reasons or excuses, or we can find solutions. And this is something that Gordon always teaches too. And you were in, but then there was some conflict with some portion of the time. We don't have to explain all of that. But you found, you said, well, what about this? And what about this? And so you ended up saying yes because you found a way to make it work out. Will you miss a portion of some things? Yes. However, you saw the bigger value because this is just the beginning, right? We're going to do other bigger things together. And I always applaud people that have that attitude, that energy, and that mindset, because it only takes one reason. It only takes one reason why not to do something, right? It doesn't matter what it is. It's because here's a good one. Here's a good one that I always hear from people. Okay, yeah, this is awesome. This is so great. When's the next one? When's the next one? The next one's coming up in July 22 to 24. Well, I know, but when's the next one after that? Why? Why is it when's the next one? Okay, it's tomorrow. Guess what? Tomorrow never comes, right? And so I just appreciate, I respect, I applaud people that are, way makers. You find a way, you create it. And Raja and I had, again, just like everybody, a wonderful conversation. There's so much that I can't wait to see and learn from you as well. He's a master pianist, self-taught. He's a scientist. Like the group that we bring together is just. Go ahead.
Well, as you know, Christoff, like I consider myself very eclectic. When people bring me up on stage, my 10-word intro would be, here's Raja Vaidya, the kickboxing, opera singing, cancer scientist from Philly. And people just say, what? and it sounds like such a exclusive set of skills. They're like, well, you can't be this and this and this. It's like, why the hell not?
Why the hell not?
Life is short. Life is short. I'm only going to live to 125. Life is short. Do everything you want.
Come on. This is the gentleman that had a lifelong fear of speaking and stuttering problem. Raise your hand virtually or right now if you've been inspired just by listening to Raja. Like, come on, right? Hey, Karen is only going to be with us for another handful of minutes. So I'm going to ask Karen to share a few more words while I bring up another guest. Are you good with that, Karen?
Great.
Raja, you can stay there right there too.
Sure.
I'm going to bring Dr. Stephen Ezra West to the stream, and we'll introduce him in a moment. but I would like to get Karen a few more moments to whatever you have to share, or whatever your thoughts are, Karen.
What I want to add to this is this competition, this group has grown exponentially from day one, and it grows every time. The growth is partially because of what it is. The growth is partially because of the people that are involved with it. Once you get a taste of it, once you get involved with it, you kind of don't want to let go. The reason for that is because of the collaborations and because of the alliances that I mentioned before. And I'm excited about Philly. I'm excited about the next one. If you have even a thought that you want to try it, you can't say no. I mean, if there's anything holding you back, think about what it is that's holding you back, because you've got to step over that line at some point. You got to draw your line in the sand and step over that line to make the best of your life. So don't lose the opportunity to do this. This is great. I'm looking forward to seeing Dr. Stephen Ezra West, because I met him just a few short weeks ago at the Integrated Health Expo. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to step back for a minute so you can go ahead and introduce him, Christoff.
Thank you, Karen. And we will, you all know that we're going to have our internal group Zoom calls coming up next week that will not be broadcast, where you'll be able to ask questions, etc. I'm going to say goodbye to Karen for the moment. Thank you so much. And let's welcome Dr. Stephen Ezra West. I met Dr. West, at David Fagan's PubCon just a week ago. And this man, too, in his own right, is brilliant in so many ways. Please introduce yourself, a little bit about who Dr. West is, and then why you're inspired to take this journey with us. Your turn, Dr. West.
Hello, everyone. Dr. Stephen Ezra West. I kind of was born into this. I was born on Father's Day, internationally famous public speaker, scientist, one of the greatest cellular physiologists that's ever lived. And I've made some contributions as well. So really focus on how do we regenerate faster than we degenerate, finally, because I really believe that's what it is. That's my definition of being immortal. And doesn't mean we can't be killed. Doesn't mean that we can't decide to choose a mortal lifestyle again. But that's what it is for me. It's just regenerating enough faster than we degenerate. So there's a lot of elements to this topic, and it doesn't matter if we have something like that. I have a quote from Nikola Tesla. It's kind of lengthy. I hope it's okay. He said, if the genius of invention would reveal tomorrow the secret of immortality, of eternal beauty and youth for which all humanity is aching, the same inexorable agents which prevent a mass from changing suddenly its velocity would likewise prevent the new knowledge until time gradually modifies human thought. Now, I know that time is not what modifies human thought, so I put a lot of my attention into figuring that out. How do we modify human thought? And a lot of us are here looking at that same question one way or the other, because we're here to help raise awareness on things that we're passionate about. So it doesn't matter if we have that cure for cancer or the secrets to immortality if we don't have a way of getting those secrets, those master keys to the public. That's why I'm here. Is I look at this as another opportunity to really get some of the key contacts that can help make that possible. So absolutely, that's why I'm here.
And Dr.
I'm not
West,
the greatest marketer.
You're not what?
I'm not the best marketer of myself, but yeah, it's all about relationships and building better relationships.
Absolutely. And Dr. West will be, or is, in our expert category, which I think needs no explanation. That's clearly where you.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what that means even, but I had to pick a category, so here I am as an expert. That for me is it's the science that I have specialized in. That's my expertise.
Absolutely.
So.
And you are traveling right now, right? You are doing some workshops across the country.
Yeah, I'm on my way east, so I figured let's make the money that I need to make to pay for this competition while I'm heading there. So
That's
I've
so
got
awesome.
that lined up for this weekend, Friday and Saturday, on my way there. So really excited how the universe sort of bends around our decisions. I'd say for those who are just considering this, just say yes to yourself and watch what happens. That's what I'm doing with what's happening on my end.
I'm going to invite Raja to step away from the stream for a moment, but don't leave. You're still here. And I would like to introduce a young gentleman that I just met today who may resonate with a little bit more of the message that you are talking about, Dr. Stephen. So this is Sammy Vargas, official. Sammy Vargas is an aspiring speaker in the Philadelphia area. And maybe not to put him on the spot, but he really is motivated, really has the desire to. And yet in life, we also have some challenges. So Dr. West, or first of all, Sammy, introduce yourself. And then I'm going to kind of offer a conversation between the two of you, because I believe that what you were sharing, Dr. West, would really be beneficial. So Sammy, for a moment, a little bit about who you are and why you're inspired to participate.
Yeah, well, I go by my name is Sammy Vargas, and I'm an aspiring speaker. So I'm working on it and I'm pursuing it. The relationship I'm gonna have with Dr. Stephen is basically how he said, to like put yourself first. And I agree totally. I totally agree with that. A lot of times, yeah, that's probably why the connection is there. I do want to put myself first, and I want to pursue this full on. And yeah, so 28 years old. I grew up and was raised in Philadelphia. Currently live there now, and yeah, it's definitely I'm still learning the ropes, and I'm getting experience. That's why I'm here. I'm getting experience. I'm here for the opportunities and the exposure, and it's great energy. It's great energy in here. Like I'm not used to this type of energy. Like for all the speakers is definitely great, and yeah. So.
And why are you inspired to what struck you, Sammy? What caught your attention? Because you filled out the form, you set up a call with me this morning, you put in the message, I'm interested in the workshop, I'm an aspiring speaker, I want to be in the competition. And then when we met and had our call, then of course there's some challenges. But tell us why you were inspired. Tell us why is this important to you in your mind?
It's important, I think, for everyone who wants to be a speaker and are passionate about it. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? All right.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's important for a lot of other speakers, like every other speaker that's here. I think we all have a purpose and a passion to help others. And us, even being a speaker, you can be considered an expert. You can be considered, a professional just because we're there to help people. You know what I mean? So I'm inspired, and I'm and I just want to help others in any way I can. I think we all could agree that we're trying to do something to help others. And if I could be any of service to it in my world, in my earth, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm just willing to give the people the extra hand that they need, because I know I needed it in my past and in my journey. And I think we all could, um, contribute.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Stephen, what would you say to any of us? You mentioned before about how the universe might actually explain how. Give us a little lesson on manifesting, if you don't mind. I guess is, here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity. I see it, but I don't know in this moment in time. I'm thinking I don't have this, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, and yet I'm going after this. So what would you say, what would you share to any of us that's in that situation that wants to move to that next step.
Yeah, I think a lot of us, with what we had over the past, 2020, 2021 years, that were public speakers and seeing our profession be banned for a couple of years, basically, with as far as being live in person, a lot of that was shut down. And this, for me, it's like I'm just building momentum again this year. For me, it's like I'm just lighting things back up, and it's not easy. The financial decision was, I made that decision to see it happen, and then I watched things, the universe and reality, bend itself around my decision. So literally, like, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Sometimes it's aim, it's fire, aim, ready. It's like opposite. Instead of ready, aim, fire. As far as, sometimes that's really the way it is with manifesting. And I got to tell you, daily basis, it's rolling with punches. Most of us are dealing with things that come up on a daily basis, and we can get caught up in wondering how we're going to make that next real breakthrough to get ahead. And I just know deep down, I've learned this one principle, that deep down, those bummers are really, the purpose of them is to become even greater woohoos. And I just ask this magical question anytime they come up, and I've seen miracles, literally, reality bend itself to make it so. Even if I've on the way to an event and I throw a rod and I've got throw a rod on a motor, and I've got chunks of my motor rolling under my car and white smoke coming through the dash. And in that moment, I thought, I have no idea, but I just know somehow my whole life will become better because of this. And then the big magic question, and I take this right to source, to creator. How can it be? And I just open myself up to receive that. How can it be? And I've had major bummers in my life, like every day, just like everybody else. It's just rolling with the punches. Like, I think everybody has them on a daily basis. And it's just how we respond to it, where we're going to end up from that. And especially my life, what's happened the past 2 months has been major things to test me. But I just know, and things leading up to that, and I just know there's a bigger resistance before the bigger breakthrough. So what's just happened, I just know something major, big, is going to happen for me and those around me, those who I'm connecting with. I think we're pulling together, and we're going to help each other get through this. It's sort of, where it's a separation of the wheat and the tares. What's happening right now, it's biblical, and we can end up on the wrong side of it really easy right now. We have to push ourselves. We have to decide to conquer new ground every single day, to take those opportunities. And there are a ton of opportunities every single day to do just that. If we just really focus, we can see ways to get more traction and to create those miracles, to be in alignment with them at least. So literally, the first phone call that I made on that one situation where I had the thrown rod, the first phone call I made, someone answered. I called where I was supposed to be that evening. They said, well, it's okay, we'll get you here. And go, by the way, so-and-so's here. Her daughter has a boyfriend in LA, which they knew where I was actually headed to as I was passing through there. She said, if you're willing to pay for gas, I'm sure that this other person would be happy to give you a ride. Not only that, I gave them a ticket to a really awesome 1 week long empowerment seminar workshops with Marshall Silver, T. Harv Eker, some really big names, Mark Victor Hansen, Robert Allen, this group that I was a part of back then. So that helped get her head screwed on right, because she'd just gone through a divorce. Not only that, she ended up, after that weekend, the next weekend, attending and paying for this big training that I was doing. That paid for the newer used motor that ended up being put into that car. So yes, my whole life was literally better because of it. And it really started with that first phone call. And it was an instant knee-jerk reaction. I didn't hesitate while that white smoke was coming through the dash. I had that knee-jerk reaction to activate these principles right away. No hesitation. I think that put in motion what would happen with that first phone call. So we can't get caught up even for a second in the negative side of how we can respond to these opportunities. It's really it's amazing. I just watched it happen again in my life, something very similar to this, maybe a little bit bigger than this, because the next time that I had an issue with a car, transmission just gave out, and I was on my way to see my daughter's graduation. Now all my kids are 18 and above, get to see the youngest one graduate. I have 3 kids, all from the same mother. And the next morning, the morning of that graduation, I just drove from state to state to state just to get to where she was. That morning, after I filled the car up with gas, the transmission gives out. I had the same knee-jerk reaction, had no idea how, but I just know. So just happened to be this happened in the state where there's a restoration shop, which I'm in the neighborhood of right now. The restoration shop that has an owner that owes me a lot of money, of money, like a lot of money. So the car got towed without any money out of my pocket, transmission replaced, no money out of my pocket. And I got a loaner car that I get to actually keep that's 11 years newer, that just had a transmission replaced. Some drunk driver drove across the median or something, had that ripped out. They put a new transmission in that's just perfect, and just needs some body work done. So I'm switching, hopefully drop this car off, pick up the other one today. This is on my way to heading out of this town on my way east. So it's just in the flow. I'm just saying, because of that, I was able to stick around longer when I was here picking up this new car that I'd already been state to state around, and I've gone to Mexico and different places already. This car, because I was here a little longer, I actually did some events here that helped get that ball rolling, to help light things up to where, doing more workshops. So I did one in Utah, did one in, that were normally going to be just regular speaking gigs, but I tied on the back end much stronger my workshops where I make more money. I did that in Sedona, did it in LA, did it in Las Vegas.
Wow.
So I did very, very strong in Las Vegas, and now I'm heading to do the same thing, even better. So this is interesting, where sometimes it's that, it is the bummer that is where the bigger woohoos come from. We just got to embrace it, listen to it. It will show us how, where, and what to shift. So
thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, look, is that helpful? Sammy, how does that feel?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that, if I could consider myself a speaker, but, I'm early, but at the end of the day, we go through our own issues too, but we're just different in being able to, we have the same insights that everybody else has. We're able to fix ourselves and help ourselves out, and in turn we can help others. So if anything, we're no different from anybody else. We're just able to, go through the hard times and be able to build ourselves up and be self-encouragers. So I think everybody could be inspired to be that too. And if anything, being in the profession or in the industry, we're here to help others who can't do that. So yeah, I agree. We have our own problems, and we're here we can also help others help with their problems as well as our own.
Thank you. Dr. West, I appreciate your words of wisdom. Can't wait to see you at our event. It's going to be awesome. Sammy, I'm going to remove you from the stream, but you can still stay in the green room. A couple things I want to share with everybody, and I'm going to bring a couple of our speakers back up again to get a few more last words. We always support a local nonprofit, and this time we are supporting We Love Philly. We Love Philly is an organization created by a gentleman named Carlos Aponte, and he works with young people teaching them entrepreneurial skills, teaching them business. They actually just took a group of them, I think 11 or 12 of them, and they had a 10-day trip to Puerto Rico. So these are young people that maybe could use some support themselves. But this is what's amazing, to have nonprofits that actually then are doing other service themselves. They're not just taking resources and sharing it with themselves, but they're blessing others. And we're excited for them to be there. We always raise awareness, give them some time on our stage, do a little bit of fundraising. We also have Danella McWilliams Burnett with the organization, the company called Speakers Need to Speak. Amazing. She's our gold sponsor. She is one of our featured speakers. She's going to be with us for 3 days. If you're a speaker, and I know you are, everybody here is a speaker. If you are looking to get on more stages, if you're looking to help your programs become more well-known, if you're looking to get paid more, if you're looking for opportunities that you can pay to be on so that you can actually have exponential opportunity, if you're looking to create and produce events like Dr. West does, he puts on his own trainings, his own workshops. Danella is a master at this. She's been doing it for 12 years. She helps speakers make more money, get on more stages, get more exposure, and she helps people like myself and other platform producers, event producers, make your events more productive, powerful, and profitable. So we're super excited to have Danella with us. Also, the one and only Austin J. Haynes. I thought he was going to be with us today. I know he had a bunch of other things going on. He's a local to Philadelphia. His organization is called Flashpoint, Your Turnaround Story. He's a transformational coach. He's going to be here with us the whole time here, meaning in Philadelphia. And just a brilliant gentleman who also we were connected with through Gordon Verdecki. So a lot of, and I have to mention Dr. Ken Smiling Rashan, our celebrity event photographer. All of the speakers that are in the competition will receive a few professional photos from Dr. Ken with opportunity to, have other packages as well. He's also one of our publishing partners. Like I'm telling you, my friends, every single one of you that I've had a conversation with, and those that are still considering, the point is the Ultimate Speaker Competition is not meant to be the end in itself. It's a launch pad. It's the stepping stone to the next opportunity. It's opening doors, making introductions that can help you on your journey, help all of us. There's a common theme of us working together. I want to bring David Shemetsky and Raja back to the screen. Why? Just because I felt that but I felt like there's maybe another conversation. So I'm going to be quiet and just let one of you start off a little. What do you got to share, Raja or David?
I'll go first. I think that if you're holding back or deciding whether or not am I a speaker, if you have a story, if you have some group that you want to impact, you are a speaker. You need to bring that out there. And I just spoke. Yesterday I was on a chat with Frank King, who's done 7 TEDx talks. He and I are chatting about different things, and we talk about my TEDx talk at J&J. If I had not taken the opportunity to spearhead that event, I wouldn't have had the chance to say like, "Hey, I'm a TEDx J&J speaker," and now I have multiple speaker conference workshops at Johnson & Johnson. Now I have other workshops I do with my clients, and this isn't a sales pitch. I'm not selling.
Right.
I'm telling you that, like, take the opportunity, because Alexander Graham Bell said that when one door closes, another door opens, but too often we look so long and so regretfully at the closed door, we do not see the one that is open for us. So start to imagine, what is your life going to look like if you pivot now? Remember, small hinges open big doors.
My thought, it was just in my mind, that exact quote. Small hinges open big doors. I was thinking it right before you said it.
Man, we're all the same frequency, buddy. So take that, and please, like, take that opportunity. I'm going to get on stage. I will not. I'm sure that I'm going to stutter at some point, and so I tell people, like, I'm the speaker that can't talk right. Oh well, so what? So what? That should never stop you from doing what you want to do and creating an impact out there, because you got to think about your why. The people out there that need to hear this, they're waiting for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome,
Absolutely.
and I just want to jump on that. It is exactly what Dr. West said and Raha just said. Really, it's you're gonna miss, and we'll use one more quote of Wayne Gretzky. You're gonna miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and you need to be there. Show up in what you want to do. It's not only about the positive affirmations; it's actually doing it. That's one of the things I talk about is actually doing the things that we need to do, the things that you want to do. If you're challenging yourself, you learn. And, I expect to learn a lot of things. Though I've been a TEDx speaker, though I've spoken on stages, I don't think I'm going to go there and, I know it all. And that's one of those things is kill the ego. I love Ra that you just said that, you're going to stutter, you're going to do that. But that's part of your authenticity. Being part of your authentic self, that's what we want you to bring. And that's part of that being in that community. Once you do that, that's where the power is. It's unleashing your power. It's because there's greatness within all of us, as Les Brown says, but it's also knowing what to do and who to do it. You might speak to a lot of different people. I know Marilyn shared some personal stories, and she will. You never know. I'm the type of mindset coach that will help you get past some traumas. And so maybe we can all work together. There's so many different things that aren't even tied to speaking that would be valuable just to get together. And I can't wait. And Philadelphia is one of the greatest cities, even though we're going to be a little outside of Philly. Yeah. Philly's still one of the great cities of the country. If you can get there just to see it, it's going to be amazing.
Wow.
And Dave, if I can take like another 30 seconds and just and just piggyback off of like what you just said, is that once you put aside the ego and you realize you can learn from everyone, I don't care what level that you're at. Like if I take the martial arts analogy, I'm a 6th degree master black belt. My students call me Master Vadia. I was told by some other speakers, you need to title yourself as Master Vadia. I said, nah, I don't need the title. I'm already me without the title. And not only that, what people don't realize about the martial arts and why it is amazing, why everyone should take some martial art during their life, and I truly believe this, once you get a black belt, you get a white stripe. You get to be a white belt again. And every rank above black belt, you get to another white stripe. That's another white belt. You get to be a student again. So you get to keep on learning in perpetuity. And if you take that attitude in life, there is no stopping you and how large you can grow.
Well said, and completely agree with you, completely in alignment. It's really true, friends. No matter where you're watching or listening, listen, July 22 to 24, we've got spots still left. What's holding you back? Why are you not taking the step? Somebody said to me the other day, the fact that somebody is thinking about it, you already know it's in your arena already. It wouldn't be in your sphere if you were not meant to be there. That's what I believe. I said this to somebody, it just came to me. I said, okay, I know you say you want to think about it. I say, stop thinking about it. Just feel about it. And if you feel it, you know what you're supposed to do. We have another guest, another one of our speakers that has joined. I saw her, but I didn't see her on camera. And so I would like to please welcome Barbara Ulmer. Barbara and I literally just spoke a half hour before we started the broadcast. And another person who I connected with through another entity, Speakers Playhouse, a brilliant opportunity. And so Barbara, okay, we're going to say goodbye to Raja. Thank you, sir. I'm going to remove you from the stream. We'll see you soon. Barbara, I want to welcome you. Tell us a wee bit about yourself and why you are jumping in. Why are you inspired to take this leap? Can you hear us?
Well, yes, I can hear you. I am inspired because I think it's an excellent opportunity. And after speaking to you, it made even more sense, because it's like an ongoing process. It's like becoming part of a family, which I truly love. I think that's excellent. And what can I say about myself? I'm the triple language master supporting busy executives with transitions. I help people to go global with languages and culture. I feel we need to do that to have the opportunity to expand our audience. As you're multilingual, you have a bigger audience, and
that's amazing. And you said 3 languages. What are the 3 languages that you are fluent and adept in? Are you still able to hear us, Barbara? All right, we'll come back to you. Okay, there we go. Go ahead.
I can now, and I thought this would be better than my phone, but I'm trying.
No worries. What are the 3 languages that you work in?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so we'll come back to you. I think there's a little bit of a challenge with the connection.
Masters.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Okay, we're whirling around. No worries, no worries. You know, things happen. I'm going to remove you from the stream, Barbara. So here's the thing, my friends. July 22 to 24, inspirer, storyteller, expert are the 3 categories. You're going to spend 2.5 days with us of connection, competition, and collaboration. For many people, it's a transformational experience. Many people have said it's life-changing. You can go on the website and you will see testimonials of almost 20 of our 100 speakers that have gone through our program. You can message me directly on any of these platforms. You can, go on the website and fill out the web form. If you are inspired to participate, you want to ask more questions, you want to get on a call with me, let's make it happen. If you have a message, a story, an expertise, something that you know you are meant to bring to the world. David quoted and mentioned Les Brown, as I often do. I don't know you, he says, but I know something about you. I know that you have gifts and talents and abilities that only you are meant to bring to the world. And as David quoted earlier, you have something special. You have greatness within you. But guess what? The greatness is not meant to stay within. The greatness is meant to come out. Your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your story, your message needs to be heard. The world is waiting for you to show up in a stronger way, a more powerful way, a more productive way. One of my mentors, Bill Walsh, says, your story is too big to play small. You're too big to play small. So why are you sitting back? Why are you sitting and watching and saying, oh, that would be cool. That would be nice. That would be if. You heard from Dr. West about making the decision, manifesting. We all understand this. David talked about affirmations. The affirmations are not just something that we're supposed to speak. I do believe in affirmations and the power of I am, but the power of that is also walking in it. making these steps, taking the action. I've said to people sometimes when they say, I'm 100% in, I want to do it, I don't have the money. I said, good. Well, I've just emailed you the application form, everything asking what we need. And I told them this, it costs no money for you to fill out the form. It costs no money for you to send me your headshot, your bio. It costs no money for you to take the action. And I believe, not only believe, but I know in my heart from my experience, when we make a decision and when we take action, all of a sudden, wow, things start to open up. But if we are sitting back and waiting, and you have the mindset of, I'll get back to you, guess what? You'll never get back to me, because that's not the way things work. Raise your hand if you're on the stream and you're with me, and if this makes sense. Yes, absolutely. We are here. It's not about a competition only. It is about our vision, and our mission is empowering speakers to share their greatness. That is what we are called to do. I say this, our highest calling is to use our gifts in service to others. The world is waiting for you to heed the call. I'm going to try one more time to bring Barbara onto the stream. Barbara, even if you're not able to be on camera, are you able to just speak? Unmute yourself.
Unmute.
There we go.
Yes, wonderful.
There we
Can
are.
be.
Okay, what are the three languages that you...
Okay. That I teach?
Yes.
German, my mother tongue, French, and English as a second language.
Nice, very nice. And so you are looking for, or I mean, you help people go global, right? Do you connect people?
Exactly.
Let's say somebody is not only a speaker, but they're an author. Do you connect them with translators that may be able to turn their book, their English book, into another language? I'm going to guess that that's a yes. Okay, we still have a little bit of a connection issue, so
I am able
I'm not.
to.
Awesome, awesome. Look, we are so excited for you to join us there, Barbara, and all of the other speakers. We have spots left. I'm going to remove Dr. Steve from the stream. And if anybody has any questions before we say goodbye, we've had some people on the chat. Here's the story, my friends. The world's waiting for you to show up in a bigger way. Ultimate Speaker Competition in Philadelphia, July 22 to 24. Amazing opportunity for you to get your message out, to get professional video of yourself on stage, be connected with people that can open more doors of opportunity. And I don't know what you're waiting for. Anybody have any last words? I'm the only one on the screen. All right, my friends, it's Christoff J Weihman from Las Vegas. I will see you all in Philadelphia. Cheers and God bless.